This is Greg Troutwine with Maritime Reporter TV, and we're very pleased to be joined today by Robert Kledal, the CEO of Survitec. So Robert, I know you just joined the company as the CEO about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Can you give us a brief on your career history up until then?
All right, yeah, sure. So I had some years in the Army following school, and after that I joined the Danish shipping company Maersk, which I guess most people in the industry know about. Spent 21 years with Maersk across China, US, and Europe. Following that, almost 10 years in Risk Ship Supply, a global ship maritime provider of various provisions and equipments. Took 4 years off to study digital and sustainability and sort of the trends that we know we all have to relate to over the coming decade. And went back into business when Survitec popped up, a beautiful purpose. So yeah, I am.
Okay, well that's excellent. You know, it's a big world. You obviously are long tenured in the maritime industry. What specifically attracted you to the position at Survitec?
Well, purpose, right? So when you, like I, have spent time in the armed forces, in the maritime world, huge respect for seafarers. I think they are the unsung heroes of this world. You know, they spent 6-9 months during Corona, 2 years at sea, so we can get cheap Snickers and iPhones, and I think that's often underappreciated. So I think what we do in terms of keeping them safe, able to concentrate on their job so they don't have to worry about, you know, our job, is super meaningful. I had the luxury of being undercover, visit the company before it was announced that I started. So I'd say in addition to purpose, definitely the people. I met people who really fight the good fight every day, live the purpose, develop super products, and that was it.
Okay. Well, I can only imagine. Again, you know, I'm here at the North Shipping, and as I said, since 1993. You know, you walk around these halls. Yeah, everyone's talking safety. You know, and again, I think seafarers in general are absolutely underappreciated. Not just what they deliver, but the conditions that they go through to deliver those products. I can only imagine that investment in technology at Survitec is nonstop. Can you talk a little bit about the technology development holistically, and then specifically we can talk about the Smart T product that which you're talking about here at North Shipping?
Yeah. So obviously Survitec does sort of, you know, life rafts. We do fire suppression, fire prevention. So a lot of the safety stuff on board the ships. So yes, different kinds of technological development, whether you are in sort of inflatable stuff or fire suppression. But yes, in all the lines of business we have very committed new product development engineers, be it new fabrics, be it new digital technologies, be it new ways of inflating rafts quicker and so on. So we have a lot of people focused on that every day, and I like the space between, you know, customer input. And there's a lot of that because technology changes. We just spent time with, you know, Scandinavian ferry operators who now more and more are moving towards these autonomous, you know, small archipelago ferries and maybe one person on board, 2 person on board. How do you actually release safety equipment? How do you prevent fires? Obviously with better monitoring and sort of management from the bridge, if you will. So all that development based on what you see out there in dialogue with the customers, I think is a fantastic sort of sweet spot. And when you look at Survitec's heritage, it's a 100-year-old company that's basically born out of bringing things like immersion suits and life rafts first to market. And obviously when you have that heritage, it's easy to build a culture of wanting to push the boundaries the whole time. So Smarty is one example where we actually benefit from the fact that there are other people out there doing fire suppressions. There are other people out there doing fire detections. There's very few that, like us, do both, and if you will, fire prevention. So if you can tie it in, both the detection, the prevention, and the suppression part with central management, either from the bridge or actually, as in the case of Smarty, even remote management. Then you can then see how you can enable that whole autonomous ship trend.
You obviously take over a company at a very easy time. You know, we're coming out of a pandemic, we have geopolitical conflict, and we have raging inflation. So, you know, the card stack is set up perfectly for you. But I'm sure, you know, you're coming in at an interesting time, obviously, and quite frankly, they're all interesting times.
Yes.
What is your vision for the company?
Right. So it obviously starts with, if you will, the one-liner vision statement to be the most trusted company for safety equipment. And that means you not only have to develop good products, you have to manufacture quality products because otherwise you will never get the trust. And you actually have to convey that so it really turns into trust, right? So for me, the everyday of customer service, of being in front of the customer, communicating what it is we do, is actually a huge part of building that trust, in addition to delivering and developing. So I'd say us being out there in front of customers, we just reorganized a little bit so our regions are now more empowered to be in front of the customers, because obviously, as we know, customers in Maritime, they're global by nature. They're not all at our head office. So we want to make sure our people are empowered to, you know, to take home the deals, and therefore also to, if you will, build that feedback to our engineers, you know, faster in a more unfiltered way, so we can continue to develop first to market products such as Smarty or Sea Haven, our new product for the cruise industry. Those are big bets we invest money in. And obviously a part of any vision is to earn enough that you can continue to invest that capital expenditure and return some to the shareholders. But ultimately, it is to be, in the eyes of the customer, the most trusted company.
Okay, well, that's excellent. I wish you the best of luck. I hope we have the opportunity to speak many times over the years, and I wish you a good rest of the exhibition.
Thank you.
All right.